Hello everyone, I'm Woman International Master Knarik and I'm using the chesswithknarik.com website to record this video. In this video we have a position where we are simplifying again in order to reach to a pawn endgame. And in this pawn endgame we're going to win because our king is more active than our opponent's king. So let's see here, if we compare the position, white has 4 pawns and black has 4 pawns as well. And we have, with black, we have a knight in the center, while white has a bishop that right now can be traded with black. We can decide right now to trade that if we want. And how about the kings? Our king is slightly a bit more active than the white king. It's closer to the center, closer to the queen side pawns. So we're going to try to use that in this position to win. So here, for example, if we can just capture the bishop and trade our knight with the bishop, it's going to be our turn. And with white, we can place our king in the center square, d5, and right on the next turn we want to capture the pawn on c5. Then we will be creating 2 connected passed pawns, and we will be able to promote and win for sure. Now let's see. But of course, white can also try to be tricky. For example, white can try some ways also to promote. For example, they have the pawn majority on the king side. Maybe they're going to use their pawns to create a passed pawn there and promote as well. Or maybe they're going to use their king in order to maybe stop our pawns from promoting, and meanwhile create a pawn on the king side. And what else can white try? White can try maybe with the king to move to the king side and capture our pawn and then promote their pawn. So we have to look at all the possibilities and see how we can win in the 3 cases. Let's say, what if white just decides to stay on the queen side and try to stop our pawn from promoting, but at the same time try to create their own passed pawn. Now in this case we don't need to worry, because we can just leave our pawns on the queen side, because they are connected passed pawns. They are connected and protecting each other, and we can just even move on to the king side, and white cannot just leave the king side pawns and stay on the queen side, because our pawns cannot be captured, while we can attack and stop the white pawns from promoting and capture them. For example, here, what should white play? The only move would be pawn to f5, and now I play king to f4, and it's gonna be simple for me to move and capture the white pawns and at the same time keep my pawns. White cannot move with the king closer to my pawns and capture my pawns, because whenever white just captures our b7 pawn, for example, then they will not be able to stop our c pawn from promoting. So that's why having connected passed pawns usually is very good, because for our opponent to capture our pawns, they have to capture the pawn at the base. But capturing the pawn at the base will mean that the other pawn is going to be able to push and promote without them being able to stop it. So going back, what else can white try here? Okay, moving to the queen side to stop our pawn is not going to be okay for white. Maybe white can try something else. Maybe white can try to move the king to the king side, and when we capture and try to promote on the queen side, they try to capture and try to promote on the, let's see, what were the last moves here? They try to capture our pawn on g7 and try to promote, but that's going to be a very slow plan, because here already we are way ahead of white, and there we go, we have promoted, and white hasn't yet. And it will be easy for us, with the help of our king, to stop this pawn from promoting. For example, here, what to play for white? Probably they're going to play king to g6 so that they don't leave the pawn on f6 for our queen to capture it. And then we can just get our king closer, and right on the next turn we just want to, no matter what, capture the pawn that's on f7, and it will be easy for us to stop 2 other pawns that white has, with a queen and a king, of course. Now going back, there is one more thing that we should try, and we should take that seriously, that possibility that white has seriously here. probably white is going to try to use the pawn majority to create a pass pawn just with the pawns, without the king. Let's say they push the pawn, and when we capture, let's say they try to trade, and then try to create a pass pawn also with the help of the h pawn. But again, we don't need to worry about this, because what we can do is we can just try to stop white. Let's say here, after captured, we can just move the king to d5 and stop the white pawns with our king, while white and attack there, while white cannot stop our pawns from promoting in the queen side, plus defend their pawns on the king side or help them promote as well. For example, what should we look at? Let's say if just the pawns are pushing, our king is getting closer and stopping them. So if white is going to try to get the help of the king, fine, we stay on the king side, and next turn we're just trying to push our pawns, and anytime soon white will have to leave their pawns and go to the queen side. And again, it's not going to be easy for, let's say here, let's just try to look at this. It's not going to be easy for white to here, for example, let's say we play this move. It's not going to be easy for white to capture our pawns, because they are connected pass pawns, and here it is easy for us to capture the white pawns, but not the other way around, because here anytime white captures the pawn at the base of a connected pass pawns, then the other pawn is just going to push forward and win. So basically, in this pawn endgame, first of all, we're relying on our active king. That's one thing. And second, we're relying on our connected pass pawns, that our king can leave them anytime and go to the defense on the king side without worrying about the queen side pawns. So that's how we're going to win this pawn endgame.